Hello, and welcome back. This is the 24th ELO series, and, yeah, I'm sitting at 1789 global, and I'm hoping to hit 1800 this episode. That'd be nice. That'd be something. Let's get to it. Ready? So what's going on? The last video I made was on the merge. There's not really a big update on that. Kind of the opinion, I guess, that I made, the argument, if you will, that I made in that still stands for the most part. That Badlion might not have any competition, and it kind of scares me, but yeah, again, I'm sure they can work it out. But more importantly, I wanted to get into a topic a little more like the old ones. A little more, I don't know. I'm not sure what it is, but I like this one. I think a lot about kind of how to get better at Minecraft, you know, how to improve beyond just, you know, the basic practice makes whatever. Beyond, you know, that's why I looked into kind of the 4 stages of competence. That's why I look into and how they apply. That's why I look into really anything. Okay. That's why I look into like game sense and what they mean and how I can use my knowledge of them to my advantage to improve. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright. I'm gonna ban him. Last time I got yelled at because I didn't ban the guy. But he, yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or I didn't get in trouble, but everyone yelled at me in the comments. Even though he was already fucking banned. But alright, that guy fell out, I guess. But anyway, so beyond, you know, game sense and whatever, beyond all that, there's this thing that I've been thinking about for a while, and I'm gonna call it, you know, the universal skill of Minecraft, and I'll explain to you what I mean by that in a second. As soon as I hopefully kill this, put some water down, because I'm a disgusting human. Got him. So this universal skill of Minecraft, why I originally kind of saw it, or noticed that it existed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, is because I noticed that people at the top of any Minecraft game mode were almost, there's a word for it, and it means without fail, kind of, we're without fail, not only good at their game mode, but good at every other game mode. Now, they're not always, you know, the best archer isn't always the best swordsman, and vice versa. And the best bridger isn't always the best, I don't fucking know, rod player. But the idea is, the best bridger is almost always a good swordsman, and a good archer, and a good rod player. You know, it's actually extremely rare to see someone very, very good at one Minecraft game mode or skill. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good at one skill in this game, and really bad at all the others, or any of the others even. And I mean, the answer can only be because learning any skill will teach you this universal skill, this global Minecraft skill that is applicable to any game mode. Now first let me say, when I say game mode, I don't mean just like different ladders. I don't mean UHC versus arena. I'm talking about literally every skill in Minecraft uses this skill, this universal skill. I'm not sure what this skill is. You know, this isn't some. I'm not like building suspense. I don't know what it is. I couldn't define it for you, but I do know it exists. But it's interesting to see that, you know, the fact that this skill exists means that if you think about it, I don't think you can ever be the best sword player by just practicing sword. That's something I've thought for a while, but I've never really put it into words like that. I think you will be a better swords player just by learning how to bow, because of this universal skill. And also, I think there's more than one universal skill. But again, I really don't know what any of them are. So I'm just going to refer to all of them as one skill. One universal, unknown, global skill. I have some ideas about what some of them might be, but that's... I'll get to that in a second. But it's a lot about... But, you know, the fact that this global skill exists, but I'm having such a hard time really pinpointing what it is. I think if you've heard any of my recent videos, I've probably talked about it in literally every one since the topic came up in the first place. I think it has to be a part of that fourth stage of competence. And if you remember that's unconscious competence. If you don't know what that is, basically, the short synopsis is that you are good without really knowing why you're good. You know, you've played so much that you just have some like muscle memory that leads you to do not necessarily the same thing every time, but it leads you to be good. That's the short version of it. And also is a big part of game sense, which I've also talked about. It's really the same thing. Okay. Let's back him up. Missed that flint still. Land this shot. Come on. Come on. Oh shit. He's good. I should get him. Just in case. You never know. Alright, I think I got him here. Oh. He doesn't want it. He does want it. There we go. But, where was I? So this universal skill, I think the implication is that if you want to be the best sword player ever, it will, you know, I'm not saying you should go, the first step is to go learn how to, fucking play Archer Ladder. Yeah, of course, first go figure out the sword game, but at a point you're gonna hit a cap. You know, you're gonna hit a cap because you're not experienced enough with the game as a whole, and you're only experienced enough with this game mode. So, I mean, in an arena setting, you might be perfectly fine. I'm pretty sure this is Moxie. He might be sniping me, but in an arena setting, this might be perfectly fine. You know, it might be great that you've only got like this sword background, but I don't think so. You know, on a flat world with no obstacles or anything, maybe you're good, but you have to also keep in mind that in that arena setting, and any setting in Minecraft, PvP in Minecraft, you're not against some AI that acts the same way every time. You're against other players, and the other players that are good, if they know how to bow, and they also know how to sword just as well as you do, but you don't have any clue how to bow, then they're gonna have some sort of experience that you're not. Even if it's just like something like Gapple, something where a bow doesn't matter at all. Alright, gotcha. It's I don't know, it's really complicated. I probably sound like a fucking nut right now, but I think it's true. I think having that experience about the bow, it'd be a lot easier to kind of define what this universal skill is first, right? Or what they are. So let me get into what I think some of them might be. To do that, I kind of look at anything you can obtain through game sense and not through something else. Not through something that you'll be conscious about, incompetence, but only something that you wouldn't really understand. I think that the first and foremost universal skill, or subset of this universal skill, is movement. This idea of movement, just of understanding, not consciously, but subconsciously, how these Minecraft players, move around. How much one tap of the button will move you, and how, I don't know, it's something about timing your movements and stuff. There's something about learning to jump around to dodge arrows in Archer that also teaches you a better timing for a W tap. Now, that sounds like a huge theory without much evidence behind it, but, I mean, if you look at really any of the best players, there's very few of them that are only only good at sword or only good at bow. And if they are, it's probably because, like, if they're only good at bow, it's probably because they, I don't know, play on a fucking trackpad or something. What is this guy doing? Alright, the idea of movement does not just pertain to, like, how you move yourself, but it's also the knockback of characters and how to play around getting knocked back and knocking back the other guy. That is something, getting knocked back is something that will happen in any game mode. Whether you're getting shot or getting rotted or just straight up gapple, where it's just sword. But I keep talking about, these three subjects, sword, rod, and bow, as if they're the only things I'm talking about. I'm not at all. I'm talking about, like, totally obscure skills, like water dropping. To be honest, just the timing involved isn't really, again, it's just not really something you can learn. Poke is sniping me, so I'm gonna have to play this smart, huh? I'm gonna poison him right here. Oops. Go for the drop. Didn't get it. That's alright. Get it here. He poison tubed me. What a boy. What a boy. I'm definitely beating him in sword. Just make sure I don't pop. Get some more regen in here. What's up, my man? Uh-oh. Nice poison. He's got me for 22 seconds. Yeah. But right. So these universal skills, they don't just apply to basic bare bones PvP. They also apply to things like water dropping or potting or healing. There's a surprising amount of correlation between healing in UHC and healing with potions. It is actually a whole analogy. I mean, sorry about that. I've got a whale farm downstairs, but but I mean, it is actually really very similar. From gappling. I'm sorry. 1 second. All right, but I forget what I was talking about. I got interrupted, but but I want to keep talking about these universal skills. These things aren't really just, ouch. Aren't really, they don't really just, they aren't contained to these bare bones, one-on-one, or even in team style PvP scenarios. They also apply to things like debuffing, healing, timing, pressure. These are all universal skills. But there's one that, or there's a few that are very, very underlying, and I think a couple of them are like movement you know, how to handle getting knocked back, pressure. Pressure is a huge thing in literally every Minecraft game mode, PvP game mode at least. I mean, it is actually humongous. Finding the balance between aggressive and defensive play applies to every PvP game mode. Every one. That is pretty much the definition of a universal skill. I think that's the idea. If you learn to pressure somebody in bow, you can also apply anything you know, whether it's conscious or not, to a sword fight. Alright, this guy is going to run for a long time, so let's put him in the corner. Gotcha. Oh, Wilson Kong, this guy's good. You're see it. Let's get him in a horse lock. Alright. Go spin the fuck out of his horse. Right, I'm just gonna bow him down now. But this idea that you know, from pressure to movement, I quit. Rip. I feel bad. Not really. You know, this idea, you know, from timing to movement to pressure to sub skills like healing. You know, healing doesn't apply to every Minecraft game mode by any means, but it applies to a lot of them. You know, anything UHC or potion based. There is a surprising amount of correlation between healing with potions and healing with gapples versus heads. It is actually pretty nuts. There's, you know, there's a whole analogy. I mean, and it all has to do with staying on high health, you know, pressure. These are all these universal skills, and the idea that all of these exist means that the best player will be the most experienced one, not in his own game mode, but in other game modes. And that's a weird thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 8. Oh, okay. I mean, that is a weird thought, you know? To imagine that I'm gonna get better at Gapple by learning how to play a horse. You know? I tell that to people, they think I'm a fucking nut. And, you know, maybe they're dead right, but I mean, I just imagine that at the skill cap of Minecraft, right? There is the most well-rounded player. And he's not just at the skill cap because he is the most well-rounded player. He's the most well-rounded player because he's at the skill cap. Now, I wonder if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. If you think about it hard enough. Huh. Oh god, I'm getting fucked up. I'm gonna put my helmet back on. And the apple here. Alright, earning those hits back. Very nice. I think he wants to take off his gapple, or his helmet. Got his boots here. Alright, got him. So what does this mean? What is this idea of game sense and universal skill and unconscious competence? What does it all break down to? I mean, I've mentioned game sense in probably like 4 videos. I think game sense was actually number 19 or 20, and I've mentioned it in probably half or more of the videos since. This guy's a 1200. He's very good, actually. What the fuck? Alright. But let me check what time it is. So how do you use this information? How do you use this knowledge that a universal or a global skill makes you a better player in every aspect? That is a tough question, and probably not one I've figured out entirely. I guess the answer, the vague general answer, is that I mean, since it's game sense, right? You shouldn't be able to consciously develop game sense, right? That's the definition of game sense. It's supposed to be a natural progression of. I'm dead right here. Holy fuck, that was too close. Stay on this guy. Ouch! Don't stay on this guy. And also don't get knocked off your pots. And also, oh, okay, all right. Oh, speed. Just for fucks. Where'd you go? There you go. Huh. So yeah, I'm talking about how to use this skill. I guess the idea is that you can't, or if you can, it's very hard. But there's a basic use to this skill, and that is, if you want to be good at one game mode, be good at all game modes. You know, be a well-rounded player before a specialized one. Because becoming a well-rounded player will make you better at the game mode you want to. And oh my god, this kid is fucking good. Alright, I'm gonna have to try really hard now. I suck ass. Come on. Isn't this guy a 1398? Isn't that the elo I saw before this match? Fuck. I have 9 pots. Jesus fucking Christ. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, Chondria. You don't need those potions. You don't need to heal. Come on. Oh, I'm in trouble now. Please be out. Alright. Thank God, dude. I had no pots. There's a reason I'm 1600 in that kit. Yeah, something about oh, servers rebooting? Alright, I'm going to PvP 2 then. So, and I was talking earlier about, how it's not just, this guy's 2100, it's not just, it's not just about sword and rod and bow, it's also about these other skills. I said that movement was, excuse me, one of the universal skills, but how do you develop that? There is no conscious competence in movement. You actually, I guess you could develop some conscious competence in movement, but there's no way to develop your unconscious competence in moving besides just playing game modes where it's important, right? You can consciously develop unconscious competence, but the only way you can do that is like, hey, run up this hill, and don't break your sprint, and ouch. Should pay attention. What are you doing, big guy? You know, I have this. I know this one guy. named Floppe Fiche. I think he's a staff on Badlion. I'm not sure at this point. And I remember one way he would train himself. This is what someone told me. One way he would train himself to get better, way back in the day, was he would go find a mountain, and he would say to himself, "Hey, run up this mountain and don't break your sprint." That universal skill is useful everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. And it's not just useful in running towards or away from people on hills. It is also useful in your basic movement. Because to do that, you have to play around with your... Ow, fuck. But to do that, you have to play around with your WASD to the point where you have utmost control of it. And that absolutely will help you with W-tap timing. Or strafe timing, you know? A and D strafe spamming. I mean, there's worlds in that. I should probably move in because he's lower than me, but, also, fuck that. Alright, this guy's actually pretty good. Huh. Come on. There's one heart. I should go in. I should, shouldn't I? It's not bad at long range. But, long range is cooler. This is my struggle every time I play this kit. Distance-based damage is fucking terrible. I hate it. Gotcha. But this movement idea will apply not only in your, you know, parkour mastery, but yeah, in the timing of your W taps, or in backing up out of a hit trade to debuff somebody. You know, I mean, like that's the idea. That's the main idea of a universal skill. It's something that it's something that you develop unknowingly, or knowingly at this point, I guess. It's a part of your game sense where that will help you just become a more well-rounded player. You know, there's something in learning how to play Skywars and Horse and Spleef that will help you become a better archer, or become a better sword player, or you know, all of the above. That's the point. That is the point. You know, becoming a UHC player just might make you a better factions player. I guess that's the idea. Also, how do I win this match fast? Huh. Jesus. He's good. Ah. I've been trying to play more aggressive in build, and I've just been absolutely hating it. Some matches end real quick, and it's real nice, and then I get these fucks that just run around and drop a billion arrows. It's like me back in the day. Oh, how they grow up, right? I don't know. I like this idea of a universal skill. It's something that I have thought about ever since I started trying to get good at Minecraft, which is a long ass time ago. So I like the topic, and it's also it's a difficult one, you know. I don't think it's something people really talk about. I like it. It's pretty theory based, you know. Yeah, I mean the thing is too, like, beyond movement and knockback, mastering your WASD, there are universal skills that I and nobody else could. Oh, that I and nobody else could define for you. No, that I couldn't and also nobody else could define for you. I mean, that there just aren't words for. These universal skills, these game sense based skills, they're so hard to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're so hard to kind of explain. I don't even think there are words for some of them. You know, you could probably think of a term for it, but I guess that's the point. You know, they're not part of your conscious thought, and somebody who could consciously break them all down will be the best player. It will happen. Somebody will spend so much time in this game and study every good player and every bad player, and himself. Okay. Until he figures out exactly what all of them are and makes words up for them, you know. And that is when we'll start to see people hit the skill cap. When people figure out these universal skills rather than just specialized skills, because I think people have already really begun to get pretty near the skill cap with the specialized skills. I don't think the skill cap is reached by any means. People say it is. I don't think it is by anyone, and I don't think it will be by anyone anytime soon. Because you have to realize too that, and I think this is what I was going to talk about in my next global series, that a skill cap in this game, in a PvP game, especially in one like this where it's so fast-paced, it relies more on your understanding of the other player. You know, the best player in this game will understand the other players before he, you know, and will also be mechanically fucking untouchable. The skill cap in Minecraft has a lot to do with prediction and solid predictions, being right a lot of the time, because the meta of competitive Minecraft is really a rock paper scissors, and I think it will be for a long time. There's not really one thing that anyone can do to overplay every other playstyle. I don't know. That is a complicated topic and not one I understand by any means. But yeah. What time is it? Alright, it's about 30 minutes in. So I'm gonna finish this fight and wrap up the video. I gave you a sneak preview of what the next one's gonna be about, so. I'm gonna make a deal. If I beat Zuri, you leave a like. If I don't, you leave a like anyway. Because you're a generous soul. Come here. Come here, Zerby. I gotta win. For the likes. Come on, Zerby. Come on, Zerby. Do this for me. For the children. Please. Zerby. Come here, you fuck. Oh, I'm dead. Nope, come on. High stakes now. Ugh. That here. I still have one gap. I think I'm winning. No promises. Come here, guy. Gotcha. Alright. Thank you for watching. I'm sitting here at 1800 globally though. Hey, how about that? I actually did hit 1800. Thank you. And good night.